You're about to listen to the most informative, persuasive, and inspiring show ever. The James A. Hendrick School of Leadership. Happy Thursday, you guys. This is part of the Constitution Tuesday, Thursday lecture series here at the James A. Hendrick School of Leadership. Now, I know what I'm about to say is going to make some people mad. The topic today is the right to bear arms. So let's get into it. Let's get into the actual text of the Second Amendment of the Constitution. Now, this is another amendment to the Constitution that the liberals for decades have been trying to, pervert the original meaning of the text. So I want you to take close to this, and I'm just going to really, tear apart their arguments, because you know what their arguments remind me of nowadays? Two men, King George and Joseph Stalin. Both of them crafty, genius, but both of them madmen. Okay? And guess what? There is a thin line between genius and madness. Who knows what mental disorders these men suffered from? And who knows what lies in this, who knows what lies within this craziness that we have? Okay? Where people are trying to pervert the Constitution. So, we're going to go ahead and go to the Second Amendment. And we're going to go back to Amendment number 1, I promise you, but we need to cover the right to bear arms. Here's what it says. A well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state. The right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. Now, this one was ratified on December the 15th of 1791. And, of course, the liberals say, well, a well-regulated militia, that doesn't mean that people's rights to bear arms is absolute. Do you really want to know what was in the context of the Founding Fathers? The individual states formed their militia, okay? It's not this woke conglomeratism, collectivism BS that you see today. It's not. Okay? A well-regulated militia. What that means is, the armed forces. But if they want to say, well, that's the only people who can own guns, once again, who does that sound like? King George and Joseph Stalin. Two geniuses, but two madmen. But it says this here. The right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. Okay, that is a freedom. Some people say, well, Jimmy, you're blind. You're bipolar disorder. You don't own a gun. Why do you stand on the Second Amendment? Just because I'm blind, just because I don't own a gun, doesn't mean that I think that I should think the guns is wrong. No, I'm a gun nut, especially pistols. You know? And being blind and everything, and having the street knowledge I do from the inner city of Arlington, Texas, I know you don't go around and point any gun just anywhere. Okay? You treat every gun as a loaded gun. You know, actually, before Arlington, Texas, my grandfather kept a gun. He said, "It's under my bed, but you don't go and touch it." He said, "'Cause it ain't no toy." He said, "I teach everybody in this house, treat my guns with respect." But Jimmy, I'd rather go to the militia. Really? Only the militaries are entitled to have arms? That's a policy for anarchy, for criminals in the streets. Believe it or not, I used to be for gun control. And why? My grandfather, on my daddy's side, the one that raised me, even though he served in World War II, he had some belief in gun control. He was a Democrat. And he basically taught me, all good people for the people are Democrats. And my ex-friend Jim Bob, he said to me, "When are you going to wake up and realize that if we have gun control, the criminals are going to get a hold of guns anyway?" And they are. Now, I've seen all this BS propaganda on social media about, well, you can't use a gun to defend yourself. Folks, in addition to the Constitution, as a conservative federalist, can I give you some advice? Learn the gun laws of your state, please, for Pete's sake. And if you don't like the gun laws in your state, change them or move to another state. Why does this have to be a federal case? Because the Second Amendment of the United States already solves the federal case. But Jimmy, I thought you were a pretty law guy. I am. The problem is with wokeism, it's liberalism. It's more regulation and more laws. But you don't enforce the laws that you already got. I mean, come on, it's idiocy. King George sat down to have breakfast with Joseph Stalin. Let me ask you, which one do you think survives? I think Joseph Stalin was more of a madman than King George. Still, it's the same concept. Our Constitution is a sacred set document that needs to be protected. And yeah, we will go back, but I wanted to talk about the right to bear arms. Next week, we'll come back. We'll talk about the freedom of speech in the press. We're not going to cover everything in the First Amendment because, well, January cuts it short. Now, March and April, we're going to be covering Amendment number 3 and Amendment number 4. Of course, Amendment number 3, I don't think applies anymore. Or it's good to have it. I think March and April, we're going to be covering, February, rather, we're covering Amendments 3 and 4. And in March, we're doing Amendments 5 and 6. And really, March is going to be kind of short because, like I said, there's going to be 1 week leave of absence to get away from all the policy crap. And then, of course, the April, we're going to cover the 7th through the 10th Amendment. And we're going to the cutoff date for that is May the 8th. And then we go through the summer term where I have nothing. And then in August, I'll have to come up with another idea. Actually, I was thinking we would choose some of the amendments of the Constitution in the fall as well. We need to learn more about our Constitution. I ask you this: Have you been doing any reading in it? Have you been doing some of the side reading recommended by myself and Hillsdale College? Think about it. Now, Hillsdale argues that there was no need for a Bill of Rights because we had the Magna Carta. Okay, yeah, I see the point of view. The Magna Carta was set up by Great Britain. We need these extra protections. This is where I depart somewhat from the conservative line, and I'm a little bit more on the Federalist. Now, do I say that? Do I agree with people that say the Constitution is a living document? No. It's God-breathed, yes. But that doesn't mean a judge can just go in and interpret in the amendment in some wild way. I'm a guy that believes in original intent. But seriously, guys, learn the gun laws of your state. Please, if you want to be able to protect yourself, learn the gun laws of your state. If you don't like the gun laws regarding the right to keep and bear arms, lobby that they be changed. Of course, I'm asking you to lobby the change for against gun control, of course. But, and if they won't, well then, you need to move to another state. It doesn't need to be a federal issue. Okay? It doesn't need to be a federal issue. No ifs, ands, or buts. But Jimmy, you're being harsh. No, I'm not. I'm speaking what I see as truth. Okay, we need to do something to save this country. We need to do something to save this republic. Please. Now, I'll be back in full next week. I apologize. Things been crazy, but you know how it is. I'll be back on. God bless you guys. Hope you enjoyed listening to the James A. Hendricks School of Leadership. If you like what you hear, please subscribe to become a part of the James A. Hendricks School of Leadership classroom. Until next time, keep up your hope. Keep up your faith. I say this every day to self-soothe. Jesus saves, and I'm okay. So therefore, I want you to put this down in your soul right now, please. Please say this in your heart. Jesus saves, and we're all going to be okay. Take care and be proactively informed. And remember this, from the bottom of my heart, Jimmy loves you. I really, 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 really love you. God bless you, and have a blessed day.